All right, it looks like we are live. What's going on, YouTube? Lightsaber Samurai here, back again for another live stream. And I thought it was a good idea to take a look at everything I picked up in December. So this is going to be more or less a pickups video, and of course, whatever you guys want to talk about. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Just hanging out here. I'm waiting for some others to join. And while I do that, let me go ahead and put out the word, because I'm never good about that, right? Like, let's see here. I find myself on YouTube so I can send the link out to everyone. And it looks like we got some people in the chat already. So welcome. Lord Zybala's in the house. What's going on, sir? Welcome to the stream. That's weird. I see you on my phone, but not over here. Hey, Brew United is in the house. Finally caught me live. Absolutely. Okay, there he goes, popping up on my laptop. It's just being slow. So yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to just share this real quick so we can invite some more peeps to the stream. But how's everybody's day going so far? Retro Gaming Star, welcome to the stream. Let's see. So give me just a second, fellas. So yeah, I actually did a little stream last night, but it's crazy. It's weird. Whenever I do these live streams, they take forever to render on YouTube. So even though I did that stream last night, it was probably like midnight. I streamed from like midnight to like 1 a.m. Like, it has not shown up on my channel yet. Sad day, last day of vacation, man. Yeah. Vacations, they always go so fast. Retro Rivals are in the house. What's up? Scott and Jen, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I'm just inviting some more people, and then we can get into these pickups, because I've been meaning to do a pickups video, but it's like December popped off, and it was like my birthday happened. So I got some stuff on my birthday, which was the 10th, and then Black Friday happened. Well, first it was Black Friday, then it was my birthday, and then like the actual week of Christmas, and then I got stuff on Christmas Day, and then they had some after Christmas sales. So I couldn't find the right time to do a pickups video because stuff kept popping up. So now that all the holidays are over, I figured I'd do everything that I picked up in December right now. So yeah, they take forever to render. It's annoying. Oh man, Pac-Man Case is in the house too. What's up, sir? I saw that man, that game room tour that you did, and we'll have to take a look at that. But that game room tour, that opening was incredibly epic. That was Peter McKinnon-esque. Like, it was really good. So look, I get sidetracked. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm old in this technology thing. Working on it. My old brain can't figure this stuff out sometimes. So all right, there we go. We are out here. Other stuff popping up. Happy late birthday. Yeah, my birthday was on the 10th of December, and incidentally, that was also the day that I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is crazy. So that was an excellent birthday gift. Just bought this camera and was looking for a guide. Oh, that's somebody commenting on one of my other videos. I'll get back to them shortly. But yeah, man, we got a lot of you guys, some of my favorite channels that I discovered this year. Retro Rivals, you guys actually reached out to me, and I'm so glad you did. You guys nominated me for YouTuber of the Month, which was crazy. I appreciate that. But through that, I was able to find you guys, and you guys also put me on the Pac-Man case. Pac-Man case, I'm glad I found you as well. Been going through like some like different YouTube groups, and so I found some other content creators out here. As you know, says I'm already here. Happy belated. I appreciate that. Yeah, turning 23 out here is not easy. You know, I'm just a young guy in the game. Not really. I'm like much older than that. But all right, we got enough people here. Sorry, I'm reaching over. I got some pickups here on the couch that we are going to talk about. And for starters, I'll just start off with the two that I kind of showed last night because that was kind of like a secret stream. But first one, man, I was late to the party on for the PS4 was Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap. This is a fantastic and charming game. I'm so glad I picked it up. I just randomly saw it in my local retro store and it was like $20. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that. And man, it's such a beautiful game. The new art style on it is gorgeous. And I mean, it's also got the button where you can instantly switch it to the Master System graphics. So yeah, that was a fantastic game. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Hopefully I'll be beating that soon. I should live stream it, honestly. It's all about the networking and finding your people. It's a great community. Yeah, man, your vibe. They say that your vibe attracts your tribe. And so I'm definitely finding mine. So, I mean, it's been an honor to meet you guys. We've been having so much fun. And Retro Rivals, you guys have inspired me already several times to make content on my channel. So, yeah, I just really appreciate meeting you guys. I'm so happy that it happened. So, let's see. But Brew United, since I actually got you in, it is customary on my channel that we look at each other here if I can remember how to do it. Oh, wait, first let me open up a second thing here because Brew United, guys, up and coming YouTuber. He is heading to his first 100 at light speed. So I will pull his channel up. And then, like I said, if you guys want to check him out, definitely, if you enjoy his content, definitely subscribe, which I think you will. Like he's definitely working hard, investing a lot into his YouTube setup and everything, despite the fact that, you know, he's so young as far as subscribers. As me, I didn't take it serious until, the start of 2020. But he's definitely taking it serious right now. So this is a video I was watching of his this morning when I woke up. Let me share it for everybody. Oh, okay, here we go. So yeah, let me start over again. I really like his setup. I love the lights in the background. I like your shelves too. That was another thing I'm trying to. I would like to replace all the shelves in my game room. I know that's not something I'm going to be able to do anytime soon, but just the standard kind of like brown bookcases. Like I want something a little more like modern in my game room as I redesign it. Honestly, I would like to switch to like white shelving. That's what I like to do, white cases, because like you see in the background, that blue light is actually coming from the Youngyo YN360 that I reviewed last week. And again, it's something I use in every video, but being able to splash that color and have it bounce off all of the white just would make it look more vibrant. The brown color, the dark brown, kind of like sucks up just kind of sucks up the color and doesn't let it bounce around the room and reflect as much. So yeah, also Brew United, what is the name of this mic? That's a crazy looking mic, but I like the way it looks. So he's picking up Nino Cooney. He was talking about some pickups that he got and began to mention like his story about being exposed to Street Fighter 2, which Street Fighter 2, like I was telling him in the comments, and most people agree, like Street Fighter 2, people that aren't from the era don't realize how much Street Fighter 2 changed the game as far as fighting games go. And yeah, Street Fighter 2 was just such a game changer. It was so different than anything that we had seen previously. And so yeah, Street Fighter 2 was definitely the benchmark for all games to come after it. Loving that hat and shirt. Yeah, man. I got the Rebel hat and then the freaking Wow, the Empire shirt. I don't know why I just spaced out on that. So you drove 5 hours one way to get that? Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, man. I would love to collect. There's another guy, another friend of mine, BFG Big Gaming. So Brew United. If you haven't heard of BF Big Family Gaming, definitely check him out. He's got a really impressive full size arcade in his garage, and I wish I had the extra space. I got a measly little 1-up arcade back here that I would like to mod someday and put a bunch of ROMs on it. But yeah, I don't have the space, unfortunately, to get the full size. Let me see. I'm rambling, and in my ramble, I missed a bunch of comments. So yeah, Brew United, we will check it out. Yeah, definitely check out Brew United. He's on his way up for sure, for sure. And Brew United, same thing, Retro Rivals. If you like my channel, you'll definitely like Retro Rivals. They pretty much do a lot of the same kind of content that I do, but much better. So Retro Rivals Pac-Man case. You got to actually Pac-Man case real fast. Guys, I don't know if y'all saw Pac-Man's game room tour, but yeah, see, his arcade is sick. It is. We'll have to take a look at it. But man, Pac-Man case. We got to start off with that game room tour here. Because that, I mean, just the production. Like, I mean, I know you said you had a background in film and things like that, and it shows so much in this intro. And I think I'm gonna let me blow it up here. And I'm waiting for us to get through an ad real fast. But man, just the intro was so epic. The monologue was perfect. Like it was fantastic. So I've been moving things around in my room because I want to do a game room tour. But man, that's a tough act to follow. Between you and watching Retro Rivals last month is when I saw there. So hold on, let me cue this up here. So yeah, you guys got to see this, and I'm gonna try to play the sound on it, and I'm just gonna shut up for a second while we bask in its glory. So give me just a second to get this up. Now we gotta play that joint all the way up. So hopefully you guys can hear this. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we shall see. Oh, actually, I know it's not going to work because I forgot to switch my auto settings. Sorry about that. From sound capture to that. Okay, now it should work. And again, if it doesn't, I apologize. But then just take in the fantastic visuals and then go find the video yourself.
Retro video game collecting. Some people call it a hobby, a passion.
Look at that.
An obsession.
For
me, the why is much more powerful. Why we amass, why we gather.
And he like pans out each time. Sorry, I said I was gonna shut up. I'm sorry.
I collect to bring back the past, to remember, to give tribute to the greatest art form ever created, and to preserve it for future gamers to come. This is why I collect. Games. To all the collectors, gamers, retro enthusiasts, first-timers, let's open this time capsule. Relive those better days. Let us escape into a world that will not be forgotten, that cannot be erased. Join the campaign. Be part of the mission. Suit up. Strap in. It's time to power on. We are going like never before. Are you ready? Then press start.
Come on, man. Come on. PSP, love the PSP, of course. Bam. That freaking epic right there. Oh my God, that was some tasty B-roll. All right, let me shut that up again. But yeah, like, so I hope you guys were able to see that, because I hope you guys were able to hear that. If not, please, after this, go back and watch that to get the full effect. But yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, part of the vision. Absolutely, man. You guys need to go check Pac out, man. He's doing it out there. Yeah, I mean, such a good job. Such a good job. So anyway, let me catch up on what I was missing here. Wood is crazy price right now. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. What part of the Brew United? What part of the country are you in? You were saying you have to drive to get that cabinet. Okay, Retro Gaming Star. Peace out. I saw you have to take off. Catch you next time. Yeah, BFG's arcade is sick. Okay, yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's a Retro Rivals makes a good point. That's why I love watching game room tours and doing game room tours. It's nice to see everybody's space and to kind of get inside the creator's head as far as like what they got going on, because our game rooms are a reflection of ourselves as far as things we like to collect. Based on our personal experiences in gaming and the way we came up and things like that. Like, for instance, I pretty much don't collect 16-bit at all, which is crazy for a lot of people I know. But I've said, many times that, we were like super poor. So we got the NES in 1990, and that was the only home console we had until we got the PlayStation 1 in Christmas in 98. So I had played 16-bit games just over like my cousin's house or over a friend's house, but we never owned them. So I don't have the same kind of nostalgia factor as a lot of you guys have. But when it comes to PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, like that's what I primarily collect for. And so my game room collection, I have like the 30 or so Nintendo games that I had as a kid, and that's about it. And then after that, it's just like, I collect a bunch of PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, like all of that stuff. Xbox, same thing. Got some GameCube stuff, but yeah, it's nice to see like everybody's game room like that. Lord Zybala in the house, man, playing all the PlayStation memories, playing Final Bout at your house on your chip PlayStation, or playing Tekken Tag Tournament where we fight each other for games and give each other games based on who's in there gambling games away. Good times. Pac-Man, this is so weird watching yourself, man. Yeah, man. Again, like that's so good. Like I could do a reaction video to that. Like so good, man. You start off with the moody Rembrandt, and then just the transitions were on point. The music was on point. Like I said, the monologue was excellent. It's just a really, really good intro. And so that's going to be hard to top or even match for that matter. Good stuff indeed. Yeah, his camera work is on point. Hey, Dead Thumb Gamer is in the house. What's up, man? We are just doing some pickups from everything that I picked up in December because I haven't really had time to do it. So I figured I'd do it live. Say you are streaming full slump is in the house. Yeah, man, this was the stream that I meant to do. I just got on last night just to test all of this so I wouldn't have any technical difficulties, which I hope I'm not having any right now. But yeah, so you guys caught me last night. And I streamed for an hour or so from 12 a.m. to 1. And I'll probably only stream for like an hour today because I have not eaten today. I'm super hungry. But let's keep it rolling with some of these pickups here. So the other one I showed you guys last night, I got Phantasy Star 2 on the Dreamcast. Well, this is Phantasy Star version 2 or volume 2. And this has everything that version 1 had, but it added a bunch of content. So I guess this is basically like the definitive edition of Phantasy Star Online, and I think you can play it offline too. So if so, I'll definitely be diving into that. I like the Phantasy Star series. I've been playing them on the PSP a lot lately. So yeah, I saw that, had to snag it up. Okay, Streaming Stronger, I appreciate that. I'm glad it's working out. The Pac-Man case, exactly. F it, we're doing it live. That's it, because, man, I kept trying to start and stop this video, but then something else would happen, like Black Friday popped up, and I was like, ooh, yeah, let me do some Black Friday pickups video. And then after the couple of weeks after that, it was my birthday, and I got some games for my birthday, and I was like, oh, okay, let me do like a birthday pickups too, and da-da-da. And then it was Christmas, and then the sales after Christmas. I'm like, man, I'll just wait and do them all at once. So that's what we're doing. And of course, I'm doing it live because I didn't want to capture all the gameplay for all that and throw it in. So here we are. Next game I got, this one, not much. Tomb Raider 3. It's not that big a deal. It's pretty common. You find it everywhere. But if you guys know, when I got my PlayStation in 1998, we got the PlayStation, and we had it with the DualShock controllers because DualShock controllers had just come out. They were like the new thing. So I got that, and we got the demo disc, which I'm still looking for that demo disc, but my dad bought us 2 games with it, and the first was Tomb Raider 3, and the other game he bought us was Ninja Shadow of Darkness. You guys have heard me talk about Ninja Shadow of Darkness. That's pretty much the reason why it's among my favorite games on the PlayStation 1. Besides being a great game in its own right, but just like that was some of my first experiences with the PlayStation as far as like us owning our own PlayStation console. So those were the first 2 games we had. Tomb Raider 3 had been lost from my collection for a long time, so I recently went and picked it up. So now I got that back. Almost picked up Phantasy Star a few months ago, but already spent all the money on Skies of Arcadia. Man, I would love to own Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast or the GameCube. That was, I was so into I was all in onto the PlayStation 2. And so the Dreamcast is such a great system that I'm so mad that I missed out on back in its heyday. A lot of the games I remember from back then, but I never played them. And, you know, like I said, I was all in PlayStation 2, so I didn't care what Dreamcast had going on. But looking back, a lot of the games on the Dreamcast hold up extremely well today as well. So like I said, that makes like 15, 16 games in my Dreamcast collection. So I'll probably do a Dreamcast video. Maybe I'll just do my Dreamcast collection video because that would be relatively short. Waves and Games is in the house. What's going on? Just dropping by to show support and drop a like. I'm in church, so I can't really have the sound on it. Hey, man, I appreciate you being here. Waves and Games, of course, is another channel to look out for in 2021. But yes, sir, thank you for stopping by. Most of this is what we talked about last night. I'm just going to be showing some different games. Of course, you can catch this on the replay, which probably won't be done rendering until tomorrow or so. So, yeah, next game up I got also on the original PlayStation was the original Fighting Force. And so I got Fighting Force 2 on the Dreamcast. It's not that great a game because they changed the whole style up. Fighting Force 2 is more of kind of like a third-person shooter / action adventure game. The original Fighting Force was a beat-em-up game because, if I remember correctly, it was actually supposed to be Streets of Rage 4 or Final Fight or something like that. I think it was supposed to be the original Streets of Rage 4. And they were going to bring it, but what the deal was is that it was going to release on the Saturn, but Sega wanted it to be an exclusive title, and the developers wanted to release it multi-platform. So the Saturn was like, no, we want it exclusive or GTFO. And so they basically said, screw it, and released it on every system but the Saturn, and, changed the name to Fighting Force. So absolutely. Let's see, that sounds good to use. I still need to plans for both of you get to know gamer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought I already had it too, and that was the thing, but I didn't. So yeah, because I went to go play it like a few weeks ago, and I'm like, damn, where's Fighting Force at? So maybe I do own it. Maybe Aaron has it and just never gave it back to me. And my brother Aaron, he has a couple of my games, but he's deployed in the Middle East right now, so I haven't been able to really talk to him about that. But his girl, I should hit his girl up like, hey, I'm just coming over to grab some of my games back. But yeah, so Aaron might have it, but I'm not sure. So I saw this at the CD Trade Post. It was, I can't remember how much I paid for, like $12 or something like that. So I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and snag it up. So that way, if I do have it, then if Aaron does have it, then he can just keep that copy. Moving on to some more PlayStation 4 stuff. Deadpool was a game. I got this mainly for my girlfriend. My girlfriend loves this game, and she's trying to platinum it right now. But me, myself, it's okay. I just found Deadpool to be okay. But the PlayStation 4 version is hard to find on the PlayStation 4, especially at least in my area. And it seems to be the most expensive of the versions. Like, you can find it on the PS3 and 360 all day for like $9.99, but that one is trending at like $30. And I can find the Xbox One version as well, and the Xbox One version is like $15. But that one, for whatever reason, was super hard to find, and then I just randomly found it in a pawn shop for like $10. So I was like, scoop that up. I was trying to get that. I had been trying to get that for a while, but just never could. So Pac-Man case is out, man. Appreciate you stopping by, sir. Love what you're doing with the channel. Can't wait to see what you do in 2021. And we shall see you next time around. Generation Pixel's in the house. I just discovered Generation Pixel recently as well. Somebody sent me a friend request on Facebook. I'll have to check that in a second. Don't recognize the name. It might be one of you guys. If so, I will actually, I can pull that up, I guess, on my phone because, modern technology, but okay, I have no clue who that dude is, but I will have to look at that later. I don't know. I don't really respond to people I don't know. Let's see. But anyway, here's another one. This game ticked me off here. It itself is a fantastic game, but getting the game was a pain in the butt. This is the game that my girl got me for my birthday. So if you guys were here last night, you heard my rant on GameStop and why I think at this point GameStop just needs to die and let somebody else, fill the vacuum that they leave behind. But yeah, so we went to go get this game. It was at my local GameStop. I saw it on the shelf there, and they have they do this thing where they put the new and the used price on the same disc. So I was like, I took this up to the front counter. I was like, hey, can I get the used copy of this? And she was like, okay, sure. And then she looked. She's like, we don't have it used, but we have it new. And it's only like $10 more. And I wasn't going to go for that. My girl, she was ready to just buy it so I could have it. But what the lady did, they didn't have the actual case either. So what they did is they had a disc that had never been played before. They just put it in a generic case and handed it to us and expected us to pay full new price for that. And I was like, no. Like, I told my girl, I'm like, we are not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Put that away. I don't want to see it. And so GameStop is doing this thing now where they put the new and the used price on it. And I don't know about you guys, but for the last month, I've been trying to buy games from GameStop. And I'll go and I'll say, hey, can I get the used version of this? And they say, we don't have it used, but we got it new for just a couple of dollars more. And their response all seemed the same. You know what I mean? So it's making me feel like they're being told to sell the new copies first to maximize profits, and then they'll sell the used copies last once they offload all the new copies. And I'm not down with that. Like, that's some shady stuff, in my opinion. And so GameStop, for a long time, I think that GameStop, I feel like they just never really understood who their customer base was. And they were trying to compete with like big box stores like Best Buy or department stores like Walmart, and just be that store, where moms come in and be like, oh, I'm trying to get this game for my son. Is it good? And yeah, it is. And then they just buy it and go. Like, I feel like they don't really realize how much video game collectors in the hardcore gaming community really supported GameStop, and they just crapped all over us. And so, yeah, I'm not going back to GameStop. I have a coupon for $10 off, an online coupon that I'm trying to use before it expires. And I'll probably get I don't know what I'll get with that. Maybe Code Vein on the PS4. I've been wanting to check that out. So I'll probably just do that and get Code Vein for like $10 and then keep it moving. Let's see. So yeah, they added there. Zybala says, yeah, I started to buy some cheap games on the GameStop website, and I don't know how you tell it's a complete. Yeah, you don't know. You can't tell if it's complete copy or not. You just get what you get, and I'm not down with that either. Like when I buy a game, I want it in its original case, especially if I buy it new. But that's the thing with GameStop. Their games aren't new. They open all that stuff up. And so new to me means factory sealed. So if I bought a new game from GameStop and I never play it, I should be able to resell that somewhere else as new sealed. But I can't because it's not new, because it's not sealed. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's a huge problem for me. But again, it was never that big an issue before because I don't buy sealed games anyway. I buy games to play them. So let me just get the used copy and I keep it moving. But now it's like I can't get a used copy at GameStop. And that's what everyone I went to has said. They said, oh, we don't have it new. You have it new. It's just such and such dollars more. And the response was the same at like 3 different GameStops in town that I went to. I got that exact same response. So I'm like, man, this is being taught. Like, they are teaching their employees to say this so they can offload their new games first and maximize the profit. Then they'll sell the used copies once they've got all the new copies out the door. And I don't know if that's going on a company level or if it's just stores here in Wichita, like the general managers are trying to maximize sales for their store to keep their numbers up or whatever the case. I know GameStop stores have been closing around the country, so maybe they're doing it to try to keep their numbers up so their store doesn't end up on the chopping block. I don't know what it is, but I'm not fooling with it. So Code Vein is on Game Pass. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I'll have to check it out. But like I said, I wanted to own a copy of it before it disappears. Like, I feel like that one's going to kind of disappear. I got some obscure. I'm excited for my next version of Hidden Gems for the PS4 because I got some really good ones. Some that I've had in my backlog since the summer when I found some good gaming stores out there. But let's see. Here's an Xbox game that I found recently. And this was at my local store. They had the buy 2 get 1 free. This was The Suffering. This I got from CD Trade Post, I think. And no, that's not CD Trade Post. That's the flea market. It's a flea market sticker on there. So $10 is what I got this for. And this is a game that I didn't have in my collection. I have The Suffering 2, Tested Bind, and it looks like a fantastic game, but I didn't want to play it until I played the first one. So the first one is kind of hard to find on the Xbox. But like I said, I ended up finding it and grabbing it. And so, yeah, I'll definitely be taking a look at that. I like survival horror games, especially ones that are more action oriented, and that seems to have kind of a Resident Evil 4 vibe to it. So as far as like the gameplay and the perspective and things like that, so we'll definitely be checking that out. Yeah, probably being coach. GameStop has been bleeding for a while. Yeah, they have, man. Like, this is the slowest death of a company I've seen, I think, in my entire life, man. They just need to go. File for Chapter 11 if they have to and rebuild the company, whatever they need to do. But GameStop is done. I'm not going back. Like I said, once I use that $10 off coupon I got, then I'm done. And also they're doing that thing too where they're only keeping the top 200 selling games. So, you know, like games like Code Vein, you probably won't even be able to find more obscure games like that. And that's why I like to go to GameStop, because I like to go get those games that you don't see every day. Like, hold on, let me grab this one here. All right, so 2 games that I picked up recently, and I like my anime style games. Actually, I didn't get this from GameStop. I actually bought this on eBay, Sakura Wars for the PS4, and I bought that. It's actually factory sealed, so I'll have to break the seal on that. I paid like $35 because I thought it was a used version, and they gave me a sealed version. So this one I did get from GameStop though, and it's called Dusk Diver. I've never heard of this game. It looks pretty dope though. Looking at it on the back, it's got a kind of anime style vibes going on, and so I'm excited to check this one out. Like, it looks pretty dope. But games like this, you won't see at GameStop anymore because I doubt it's one of the top 200 selling games in the country right now. So what's wrong with the camera, by the way? Hey, Saber. Raz, what's going on? What's going on with the camera? Was it having trouble focusing? I got the face tracking on for the focus. I should have used the single point autofocus so I can show games without the camera freaking out. So it might have been freaking out on the autofocus. But also, I need to make sure I'm in 1080p. I can't change it now if I'm not. But when I stream in 4K, like my camera can't handle 4K, but I shoot my videos in 4K. So sometimes I forget to flip back to 1080p when I get on these live streams. But yeah, GameStop, man, I'm just not fooling with them. Another game I did get from GameStop, though, and I got this on a Black Friday deal, and I'm waiting. It's in my backlog, but I can't wait to play it. It's Aegis Rim 13 Sentinels, and this game looks fantastic. It's, of course, it's got the art style from Vanillaware. So Vanillaware, like Grim War, Princess Crown, what am I trying to say? Dragon's Crown was another one. Muramasa, the Demon Blade. Like the Vanillaware has a lot of good looking games. I love that Vanillaware art style, and this game has it. So yeah, awesome game. And to get that version with the slipcover and the art book that came with it, I ended up getting it for $20 because I saved all my points from GameStop throughout the year, and then I used them all for the holiday. So I ended up getting that one for $20. Yeah, it might be my Wi-Fi speed because I got Cox, and Cox Communications in our area sucks. I don't like AT&T, but AT&T got that high speed. I can't remember what it's called. A buddy of mine on Facebook was showing me the download and upload speeds he was getting, and it was insane. I'm definitely not getting that with Cox, and I got one of the higher packages for internet too. I think I got the second highest package, but still, like, the internet is not great when it comes to downloading and uploading stuff, especially when it comes to these live streams. Like I said, the replay of this probably won't be available until like midday tomorrow. Like it takes like a day and a half for these, like, especially if I'm streaming for like an hour, take forever to render, but hopefully it fixes itself. Let's see. Another game I got, I actually reviewed this game. This is another PS4 game, and this was on my last Hidden Gems. I cracked this open, Metal Max Xeno, and I was really digging this game, and I've almost got it beat. It says, what speed do I got? Crap, I can't remember. I'm on the Premiere, so it's, I can't remember what that is. I think it's like 100 gigs or something like, or 100 gigs, 100 megs, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Also, another thing to mention is I think this would be clear if I were hooked up to my camera through an HDMI cord. I'm hooked up through USB right now, and I know it's not as fast. Also, I don't have like my computer plugged into the wall, which they suggest. I'm just using the Wi-Fi. So yeah, Metal Max Xeno though. Fantastic game. It's actually part of the Metal Saga series, and we only got Metal Saga on the PlayStation 2 here in America. All the other games in the series were released in Japan. So as well as that one, that was originally released in Japan on the PlayStation 4 and on the PlayStation Vita. And at the last minute, they put out the PlayStation 4 version. That's just the Vita version put on a PlayStation 4 disc. It's like a 2 gig size game. My husband is a child. He keeps laughing in the background about the name of the company. And then you said package. Scott. But yeah, Metal Max Xeno, definitely worth the play. I reviewed it in my last PlayStation 4 Hidden Gems. So yeah, and I've never seen that. And I feel like that version will be super rare because I don't think it got a mass release for PlayStation 4. Like I said, they did it as an afterthought and released it in America, which otherwise did here in the States. On PS4, I think someday is going to be really hard to do. Also, for the PlayStation 4, I got Hack GU Last Recode. This is a game that's been out for a while and one that I've always wanted to pick up because I love the original Hack series, and the Hack GU series seem to be more of like the action RPG type experience. And so they've got all 4 of these on the PlayStation 2 that you can pick up, but here you got them all remastered and all on the same disc. So just the amount of value in that 4 full-length games all remastered, like that's, that was a huge value there, and I got it for $16.99. So yeah, I had to scoop that up. Because again, I think that's another one that's going to disappear and then be super hard to find. And the Hack series is cult classic status. Fantastic games. Let's see. Going on to some PS3. I got a couple of games on the PlayStation 3. The first one is Ashura's Wrath. And I think I have this for the Xbox 360 already, but I forgot that I had it on the 360. So when I saw it on the PS3, I went ahead and bought it. I got this from the flea market too. So now I have it on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Haven't played the games yet, but again, this was like cult status. Like everybody's telling me I need to pick this game up. It's kind of that hack and slash beat 'em up style third-person games that I like to play. So it seems like it's right up my alley. It's made by Capcom, so it's got that Capcom type of humor. And yeah, so I'm excited to crack that open. Again, I bought it forgetting that I had already own it on the 360, so now I have both versions. I'm not usually one to buy multiple versions of the same game, but yeah, I did that. Generation Pixels out, gotta go get the kids feed. It's dinner time. Scotland, it's been fun. Hey man, cheers from across the pond, man. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Generation Pixel is another channel I've been watching recently. He dropped a video earlier today where he's playing some co-op and competitive multiplayer games with his son. And so couch co-op and couch competitive multiplayer, man, a dying art form. But some of my favorite experiences have come from just sitting on the couch with my buddies, playing some multiplayer games, whether that's competitive or cooperative. Like, I mean, you just don't see that a lot anymore. So Generation Pixel, thanks for stopping by. Guys, check out Generation Pixel. That new video that they put up is very entertaining. It's just him and his son roasting each other while they play this game. So good times. Also on the PlayStation thing, and I'm sorry if I sound weird. Like my nose is like super stuffed up right now. I don't know what it is. It's cold. I got my feet on this hardwood floor. I got my little space heater trying to keep me cool, but I got the heat turned off because it's super loud and I want to interfere with the sound. But yeah, so I picked up Twisted Metal on the PlayStation 3. This is another game that I swore I owned, so I think Aaron has this game too. But again, I saw it at a good price. It was $10, so I didn't want to not have it. And then I feel like this one is the Twisted Metal games themselves tend to hold their value pretty well. All of them, they're not like exuberant prices, but they're kind of more the sought after titles in whatever system they're on, whether it's PlayStation 1, 2, or 3. That's a series that needs to come back. Matter of fact, it's time for them to make a new Twisted Metal. That one I think is like 7 years old, and it's one of the best in the series. So I would love to see Twisted Metal come back into the fray. The only thing I didn't like about that though is that you could only play as like the 3 or 4 characters, Mr. Grimm, Dollface, and Sweet Tooth, and then you kind of just drive the other cars, like other people's cars. And so they had like Axel's car and like all the Outlaws' car and all that stuff, and you just drove their cars. I didn't like that. I want to have like 8 to 10 like wacky characters all separate, just in their car, not being able. I mean, it's cool to be able to get out and use other people's cars, but I want more characters and more storylines, more cutscenes and stuff like that. So that's something that I would want them to return to in the next Twisted Metal. I got a couple of beat 'em up games on the original Xbox. The first one is Beatdown Fist of Vengeance on the Xbox, and I don't know anything about this game, but I don't know if you can see that price tag, but I got that at the pawn shop for $1.50 because they're selling these at $1.50 each, and so I grabbed this one. And yeah, so I will be diving into this one. I got to get back into some Xbox hidden gems, so perhaps we'll talk about that, or perhaps I'll do. I've got enough beat 'em ups on the Xbox and enough beat 'em ups on the PlayStation 2 that I can maybe make them go head to head in a versus video. See what system had the better beat 'em ups. I don't know. And if I did that, I would have to exclude games that came out on both systems, like the Warriors, which is one of my favorite beat 'em up games of the 6th generation, but they came out on both systems, so I don't know how I would do that. The other beat 'em up game that I got is Final Fight Streetwise. Again, I got this game like super cheap. It was like $5. And I hear people say that this game isn't that good, but how bad could it be for $5? So I figured I would grab that. Let's see. My kids keep wanting me to play Human Fall Flat. Human Fall Flat. What is that? I haven't heard of that. All right, we're down to the wire here. I got like 4 more games to talk about. Interestingly enough, I picked this up because Ken's Game Collection, shout out to Ken's Game Collection. He just released a video the other day, or maybe it was today, where he was talking about Days Gone as one of the games that he beat in 2020. And I bought this game. It was $15 when I bought it. And I just went ahead and finally pulled the trigger on this game because I've heard good things about it. I've heard bad things about it. But the thing that got me is that how it kept wildly fluctuating in price. Like this game would be $10 and then it would be $40 and then it would be like $20 and then it would be like $35. And it just kept going up and down. So I got it while it was down. And I hear that this is a game that started out bad and then they added a bunch of patches to it. And so it's a much better game now. Video Gamer Lover 58, welcome to the stream, man. What's going on, boss? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Video Game Lover 58. He is on the rise too, man. You are going to hit that 1,000 before spring, I feel like. So before the first day of spring, man, I see you at 1,000 subs, man. You've been getting it in, putting out a lot of content, staying consistent. That's what I like to see. So happy you're here, man. How's it going with you, sir? We are just here chilling. I'm going over some pickups that I got in December that I've been meaning to do, but said, F it, I'm going to just do it live because I couldn't get the video out. So yeah, we at the 46-minute mark, guys. I'll probably stop at the hour mark again because again I'm super hungry and I have not eaten today. It's already after 12 in my neck of the woods. So let's see going on. Here's one on the Xbox, a couple of Xbox 360 games. This game, I remember when it came out, Hour of Victory, and it's a World War II shooter. Seems like kind of a hidden gem one. Like I don't hear anybody really talk about it, but I got it for, it was like $6.99. So it was worth picking up, I feel like. And yeah, I'll definitely take a look at this game. Because for a while there, I was in a World War II shooter like kick. I went back and played like Big Red 1 on the PlayStation 2 and just going through all the Call of Duty games, playing the Medal of Honors and stuff like that. Got to go check them out. Love hearing about new channels. Yeah, man. Video Game Lover 58. He's on the rise, man. Like, has some beef with your boy for a while, but I'm glad that if y'all haven't made up, y'all at least moved past that. Kept him, and that's what I was telling Retro when he was here earlier. I was telling Retro, man, quit apologizing, man. Just keep it moving. Y'all said what y'all said, and YouTube is big enough for all of us to get it in. So just keep it moving. That's it. Let's see. Stranglehold. I picked up Collector's Edition of Stranglehold on the Xbox 360. This is a game Slumpenstein had been recommending to me and one that he enjoys on the Xbox 360. I remember the game when it first came out, and I played the demo of it, and it seemed like a cool shooter game, but it was one I just never picked up. I picked up Wet recently again, and so been going through that, and Stranglehold kind of reminds me of Wet. And that might be a game that that has to battle it out at some point. Those might be 2 games that have to battle it out. But I like John Woo. I like John Woo's movies. You know, is an old style, like kind of like Chinese action director. And if you're into movies of the era, Hard Boiled, that Stranglehold is basically the sequel to the movie called Hard Boiled. And I think on the Collector's Edition, it has Hard Boiled on it. Let me see. Let's see. See, actually team the role from John Woo's. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't have the. Unfortunately, it doesn't on here, but yeah, it's got like some bunch of behind the scenes stuff. I think the play because I think the I saw the PlayStation 3 version. I think it had it like an extra Blu-ray with Hard Boiled on it. So that might be the one worth getting if you're into the lore. You play as Detective Tequila. Tequila is his name. Chow Yun-Fat's character, so you play as the same character from Hard Boiled, and it's just a continuation of that story. It's a really cool game with some really nice shooting action, nice slow down mechanics and things. Yeah, And last but not least, I got one more game to talk about, and this was on the PlayStation 2. I just saw this at the flea market recently, and so I got this at a really good price, and that is Time Splitters Future Perfect. I was just talking about Time Splitters 2 on the original Xbox not too long ago, and I was telling people that they came out with a third one, and Future Perfect is the rare one because most people don't know it exists, and for those who do, they're trying to like snag it up. Second Sight is another game worth playing. It was made by the same that made the Time Splitters games. Plays very much like a cross between like Time Splitters and Psyops, the Mindgate Conspiracy, also on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. So it's kind of like a cross between those two games. And Second Sight is a really good first-person shooter too. But this one, I hear a lot of people say is the best in the series. I never played it. I personally really like Time Splitters 2, but we shall pop that in and see what that one's all about. So, yeah, that's pretty much all my pickups that I got. Again, I just wanted to get all those out of the way because I've been meaning to talk about those games for a long time. So I'm excited to play them all. I'm excited to get into 13 Sentinels. Looks good. Asura's Wrath. I've never played Asura's Wrath. That one, it looks pretty interesting to me. I got to get into the Hack GU stuff. And yeah, you will definitely see those hopefully sooner or later on the channel. I'll be talking about all those games eventually, but they're all in my backlog as of now, except Metal Max Xeno. I almost got that game beat, so I need to finish that one up. But Gemini Man with Will Smith reminds me of a John Woo movie. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely got that John Woo style. Like, so do the a lot of the action scenes in like the Bad Boys movies, like especially like Bad Boys 2, like that scene where they shoot it out with the Haitians in that crack house. Like, yeah, that was really like stylized how they did that gunfight. I thought that was one of my favorite scenes from that movie. So yeah, but we're winding down here. Unless you guys got anything else you want to talk about, anything else you want to ask me, I do want to put out a video. Since I hit 1,000 subscribers, I do want to do like a questionnaire video. And I mentioned this last night in the other stream, but I kind of do want to do a questionnaire where you guys ask me a bunch of questions, and then I will just answer them. I've never done that before, and I figured that since I hit 1,000 subs, that'd be a pretty good time to do that. Cool pickups, lightsaber. Hey, Dead Thumb, thank you so much. Actually, if you guys don't know who Dead Thumb is, like Dead Thumb is deep roots in the community. He's been around for a long time. He just celebrated 6 years on the platform. And so let me take a look at that real quick. It's a really entertaining dude. The 6 years, like you had that in my head for a minute. I went to bed like 6 years with all my peers. But yeah, man. So we were looking at Pac-Man. Let me check out Dead Thumb real fast. You see, I've been looking for him, but 6 years. Stop it! Oh wait. But yeah, in this video he shows off just a bunch of cool pickups that he got from a lot of people in the community, and some of the stuff he had been holding on to for like the entire year. Yeah, and Dead Thumb, like you got like a rapper's voice. You sound like a rapper, which is like dope. I don't have that voice. My voice is all high pitched and nasally, especially since my nose is stopped up right now. But you should put out a tweet and ask people to send some questions. Yeah, man, I should start a Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account. I don't know. Like there's a couple of times like I tried to do one here on my phone, and then I get through the menus and then Twitter, and then it just doesn't work. Like it just freezes, or it says like it goes back to the screen where I like start over again. And I'm just like, man, like I said, I got the button right here. I click it, create an account. I already got my name and stuff. Let's see. I guess I'll just put my regular name. Nah, let's put Lightsaber Samurai. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try this again because I do want a Twitter. Like, it's everybody's on it these days. Is a good way to keep in touch with people, and so I'm about that. But 12/10. I ain't gonna tell y'all the year, but I'm old out here. But yeah, man. So eventually I will get on this Twitter thing and we will do that. You know, lightsaber is old. Everything is. Hey, man, that's how old people be. So my mom's and them was like, y'all playing. I have the PlayStation 2 on. Y'all in there playing the Nintendo? Every game console is a Nintendo. Yeah, I do have an Instagram, but nobody follows me on it. I got like 8 followers on Instagram. So, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'll make a video, or like a quick 2-minute video where I announce that I want y'all to ask me some questions, and then they can ask me questions in that comment section, and then I'll follow it up. I don't know. But yeah, I do want to do a questionnaire at some point. So, but yeah, man, we are right at 55 minutes now, man. So I think I'm about to wrap it up because, like I said, I really got to blow my nose. My nose is like super stuffed right now. And I know I sound retarded, but I apologize for that. Stuffed up out here, and I need to get me something to eat. And I did shoot an actual video yesterday that I need to edit and put out so I can put out a regular video. And yeah, we just got to keep it moving. So I slacked off the first week of 2021, mainly because I was working on a new setup here and moving some things around in the game room. I just wasn't feeling inspired. Part of it was because my game room was dirty. I had a bunch of clutter all over the place. And like I said last night, clutter kills creativity. So just the fact that everything was just everywhere, I'm just like, like I don't feel like creating, because then I got to clean it up first, and I can't do it because I'm in the background. I don't want a junky background. It's just a bunch of stuff. And then I felt like I had so many things to do on my to-do list that I ended up doing none of it. So I just took a couple of days and like, man, just a little bit every day, I'll clean it up. And then after I cleaned it up, I started to look at it and started to hate a lot of stuff that was going on. So I started to move some things around and try to make it. This set here that I'm shooting in front of, I'll primarily be talking about my camera gear and stuff like that. I'll probably sit at the table in the future and do like pickups videos at the table and actually do them there. But yeah, this is primarily going to be if I'm just talking like some inspiration, or if I'm just talking just anything about cameras. Like I said, I got one of my cameras there. That's my M50 caged up. Showed it off last night, but still a fantastic camera. I need to do a full review on this camera because this was the camera that got me through most of 2020. So yeah, fantastic camera, and still the best starter camera for anybody on the platform. But so yeah, I got that. You can see over on the other side there. It's also caged up. That's my my T6i. So that's what I started 2020 with. I had a couple, and then actually when I hit 500 subscribers, the video where I announced that was the first video I shot on the T5i. And so pretty much from that point, I did use the T6i also, but most of the videos afterwards were with the M50 until about like late fall. And then I got the camera that I'm shooting on right now, which is the Canon 90D. Saved up some money / donated a lot of plasma and saved that up to buy the Sigma 18-35 lens, which is a fantastic lens. It transforms all 3 of my cameras and makes all 3 of them look fantastic. But it was like $700. So between that and the camera, it's like a $2,000 setup right here. So it was not cheap, but it was definitely worth it to increase the quality. And honestly, I didn't really need that. I could have kept it moving with the M50 or even the T6i, but you know, I just like to push that stuff. So by the way, Retro Rivals, loving the content. Yeah, man, Retro Rivals, man, that's a great channel, man. That you guys make a great team and a great duo. Want to have you and get to know Gamer too. I think it would be, yeah, it'd be a good time, definitely. Oh, Retro Gamer Star, welcome back, welcome back. I'm a camera geek too. Yeah, right on, man. I could talk about cameras all day. Speaking of which, Retro Rivals, what's the setup? What are you guys shooting on right now? I would love to know, because also you guys have excellent quality too. And I feel like I saw the camera in one of the videos maybe you guys are doing like behind the scenes or something. I thought I saw your camera and I can't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure you guys also shoot Canon though, but let me know, because I would love to know what setup you guys are using. And I want to do a video about that too, just talking about my current camera setup. But again, as far as like I got 2 videos planned as far as doing like a game room tour. Like I'll do the game room tour from the perspective of retro video games where I go over my gaming collection. But then I also want to do a tour like kind of from the filmmaking perspective of my YouTube setup. And I'll go over the lights that I use and the sound that I'm using. And most of it is pretty cheap. Like I said, this mic here is what I've been using lately in my videos. This is like a $40 mic, 45 bucks. I've got it on like a $20 mic stand and it works fantastic. I'm using just a large halo ring light up top, and that's like 120 bucks or so. And so it produces pretty good light. Okay, you're on the Nikon. Okay, the D7500. Right on, right on. Yeah, Nikon, I don't have much experience with Nikons. People crap on Nikon all the time, and Nikon honestly isn't that bad. I used to shoot, and I still am. I do it every now and then. I do newborn photography, or at least I did before COVID hit, and I haven't done that in months. So I don't even know if I'm employed with them anymore. But as a newborn photographer, we shot on D3400s and got great results. And we just shot on D3400s with the 18 to 55 kit. And yeah, I did tons of like newborn sessions with just that setup and good results. Like people talk about Canon for their color science, and Canon does have fantastic color science, but Nikon is right up there. And I think Nikon was known for their color science before Canon ever was. Lightsaber Samurai, I was just watching you while I was streaming, and I told a couple of my friends to subscribe to you because you make awesome content. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, anytime you guys can share, if I make a video that you guys like in particular, if you want to share it and tell people about me, that's fantastic. I would love to do that. You guys know I do the same, especially in my live streams. I love showing off channels in my live streams. And shout out to StreamYard, because I couldn't do that just streaming on YouTube's software. So StreamYard is allowing me to do that. I think I like StreamYard so much, I think I'm going to buy the premium version of it, because like I said, I got my little the StreamYard icon right here instead of this Lightsaber Samurai. I'm going to put my own icon there and do some other things. But just the fact that it allows me to screen share just opens up my live stream so much. I can go on YouTube and show gameplay footage or show other channels content and stuff like that. And so it's a good time. I really enjoy live streaming with StreamYard. Bringing on guests is cool too, and you can have like a little panel going on. So yeah, StreamYard is awesome. And yeah, I think I'm gonna buy the premium version. I would love to be sponsored, StreamYard. If you ever see this, you probably won't, but StreamYard, sponsor me, because I like your product and I'm gonna pay for it with my own money. So you guys should sponsor me out here. The Nikon, the D7500. How's the autofocus on that? Because I don't know much about the higher end Nikons. I was looking at the Nikon Z6 for a while. The Z6 looks like a fantastic camera. And it seemed to have some really good autofocus. It's got I think it shoots 10-bit 422 RAW codec. So like it's got some really beefy like video stuff. And that's the thing, like Nikon was primarily always like on the things. And so I think they were a little slower implementing video features in their cameras, and so I think that's what shut a lot of people off when the YouTube revolution blew up. But Nikon I feel like they've righted that ship, and they're really playing catch up. And they got some good cameras now. The Z6 looks awesome. The Z50 looks fantastic. The Z7 looks awesome. Like their Z series mirrorless cameras looks fantastic. Of course, the D50, I had a buddy of mine who had a D850. That was a beast of a camera. That was right up there with Canon's 1DX Mark II. So yeah, autofocus is great. Right on. Having to go Nikon on my first DSLR and that's what it is, man. Usually your camera system is what you start out with. The T5i is what I found in a pawn shop when I was looking for cameras to shoot on YouTube. And as I started to invest more in gear, like I said, this lens I'm using is like an $800 lens. And it's like I said, you can get adapters, but they don't work as well with other systems. Like if I were to adapt this to an E mount and start shooting Sony's, like I wouldn't get the same performance with autofocus and things like that. And so, yeah, between that and then like this is my first L series lens. This is the 24-105. But I got this for the M50 because I use booster. So the speed booster adds an extra stop of light. So that 24-105 f4 becomes a 24-105 f2.8, which is fantastic. And of course, with the speed booster, it gives me a 1.1 top, so it's almost a full frame look on that camera. And that's honestly primarily what I do to shoot most of my photography. Like I've shot entire gigs like just on this camera. I love the electronic viewfinder that you see in the mirrorless cameras, and yeah, I like shooting photography on this camera. It's a great vlogging camera too. So if I'm out vlogging, I'll usually just use that with the kit lens, and I get some good stuff. Hey, EAE is in the house. What's up, pimpin'? How's it going, sir? I have a Nikon D3100 that I bought 10 years ago, and I never learned how to use it. And the D3100, it's pretty comparable, I would say, to like the T3i or the T4i. Like I said, I used the D3100 and the D3400 when I shooting newborn photography in the hospital. And I did all my sessions on either one of those cameras. And yeah, the D3100 is a good camera. And I think that was the first camera to add video capabilities in it. So you can shoot 1080p 24 frames a second on the D3100, I'm pretty sure. And you can get something that I used to use with my my T5i, which is still 1080p is still the standard, I think, in 2021 as far as YouTube content goes. But a lot of us are switching over to 4K. I switched to 4K in 2020 just because there's so many cameras that are adding it now. And so you can get into 4K shooting for like $500 now, like the M50. I got that to shoot in 4K, and it's not good for vlogging or anything like that, but just for talking head stuff like this, put a wide lens on it and shoot in 4K, use the manual focus, and I get some good results just out of my M50. And I got that for $400 on Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, you can get into 4K pretty cheap now. And so people are switching over to it. But yeah, 1080p I think is still the standard. And that's one thing that I appreciate about Canon. Canon's 1080p looks so good. They often cripple their 4K capabilities a lot of times, but I think that's because they focus so much on 4K. Sorry, my nose is running. I apologize. That's gross. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Canon focuses so much on their 1080p, like their 1080p in a lot of instances. Like the 1080p on this, like I upscale it to 4K and you can't tell the difference. Like it looks like a 4K image, especially if I'm using a nice lens like this. Did I buy a Paperon for the Sega Genesis? I did not, because I don't know what that game is. Oh, actually, no, I know what you're talking about. No, I didn't buy it for the Genesis, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to, honestly, because I don't really play anymore unless I emulate them. I've got a Retron 5 that I'll play. Like I got a few Genesis games that I'll play on my Retron 5, but yeah, you also said there are too many options in that camera for my small brain to comprehend. You should, EAE, it's all about the perfect triangle. Yeah, there, see? You guys know about the exposure triangle? See, that's why I appreciate Retro Rivals, because I appreciate the filmmaking chops you guys have. Same with Pac-Man Case. And Overthink Gaming, he's a controversial guy, and I don't always agree with what he's talking about. I feel like he's got some issues with women. He may or may not, but that's just kind of the vibes I get sometimes from him. But yeah, he has fantastic image quality in his videos. I really like what he's doing. The Destroyer of Gamer, yo, what's going on? You're new here. Welcome to the Lightsaber Legion. I see you subscribed. I appreciate that. And we appreciate you being here. Yeah, man, we just got done talking about some games that I picked up in December. So these live streams take forever to render. So feel free to come back tomorrow when it should be done, and you can look at this live stream. I did a live stream last night too that hopefully should be rendered today that you can go back and take a look at too. I was just live streaming, just checking out this new setup that I made to see if there are going to be any issues with filming like this. And I'm looking on my YouTube channel right now to see if the other video rendered, and it hasn't. So whatever. But yeah, I don't know why it takes them so long. Yo, what's up? It's me, George. Yeah, what's up, George? What's going on, man? Welcome. I was just about to get out of here. Destroyer again. My name is Jason. Jason, nice to meet you. Like I said, welcome to the Lightsaber Legion. We appreciate you being here. We really do. I'm making a video right now that hopefully I'll post today or tomorrow or in the next couple of days where I'm just talking about some of the changes and things. I talk about the new set and things like that. But some of the things I want to get into now that my channel's crossed that threshold is I want to get into merchandise. I see like so many like YouTubers in our community, whether it's J Love or Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, and like all the others, like they got like some cool like logos and merch. And so I've been talking with some people in my area who do graphic design. So I want to come up with a Lightsaber Samurai logo and start putting that on merchandise and share the live. I don't know what you're I don't know what that means. Share the live. I'm actually about to get off here. I've been streaming I was telling the crew right before you got here that I was about to get off. Garrett Spencer, what's up in the stream, sir? How's it going? How's it going? But yeah, I do have to get off here soon because it's time for me to eat and I'm starving out here. I've not eaten today. So congratulations on the 1K. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Got a Jet Antoine. So fun to catch. Hey, awesome Retro Rivals. Always nice to have you guys in the stream. Guys, sub to Retro Rivals on the platform if you haven't already. They got a fantastic channel. And I feel like they, along with Pac-Man Case, they will be one of the channels. They are really breaking through the noise. I think that they're going to be some of the channels in the next couple of years with 100,000 subscribers and doing YouTube full-time from home. And, you know, they're going to be doing it on that level for real. So definitely, like, you want to check them out so you can say, you know, I was there, you know, at the beginning. So that's what's up. Name's Antoine. Oh, really? Is that what the E is? That's cool. Or what the A is on? Yeah. Right on. Right on. When did I hit 1K? I actually hit 1K last month. I hit it on my birthday, which is December 10th. So that was an awesome birthday gift. And yeah, it was dope. But I bought the light you suggested. It looks great, but it didn't come with a battery pack. Yeah, a lot of times they don't. I did link in the description, I think, where you can get some. Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I mentioned that in the video that you grab them separate, but these are just search for Sony NPF batteries. These things like will power that thing forever. And you can get these, like you can get packs like of multiple batteries for like $20. And this one will last. Yeah, I mean, this one will last all day. Like I said, I've been streaming on that. It's been at full brightness this whole time and it hasn't died on me yet. So, and I've been streaming as of right now for 1 hour and 12 minutes. So you get one of these things, like I said, even buying one, I think you can get for like $10 or something like that. They're super cheap and super common. So yeah, you can grab one of these and you'll be in the game for good. I got this one and then I got a smaller one. It's on the charger right now, but both of them, you know, super cheap to grab them. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, RIP MF Doom. Yeah, MF Doom, man, been around. He's been in the game for a minute. Like, yeah, that was sad what happened to him. Apparently, he passed away on Halloween or around Halloween, and just we didn't know it until they announced it. I'm like, dang, like 2020 had to give me one last shot to the gut before it ended. Chauncey Talon is in the place. What's up, Chauncey? What's going on, man? Chauncey Talon, another longtime member in the YouTube community, has a great channel of his own. Yeah, doing he does gameplay playthroughs and let's plays and stuff. A shoe collector too. So if you guys want to get the drip, you know what I'm saying? Don't come to me for that because my style is terrible. You don't want to come to me. Like I look like a fool. But Chauncey Talon, he's got you covered. Is it Chauncey Talon or Talon? I never knew. I think it's Talon. But I first heard about you from Garrett Spencer, and he pronounces your name Talon. So I've been calling you Chauncey Talon ever since. But yeah, Garrett Spencer was the one that put me on to you. So shout out to Garrett Spencer. But yeah, so yeah, he's a shoe collector. Got a lot of drip on the channel. So check him out. My PlayStation 2 game collection build up higher than it was before. Yeah, you were telling me that you were getting some new PlayStation 2 games, so it might be time for a PlayStation 2 collection video. I don't know. I need to do one myself. I think because I was planning on doing a game room tour. I think I'm just gonna do I'm gonna start off with collection tours. I'm just gonna do collection tours of all the systems that I have, and then I'm gonna end that series with a game room tour. Because when I do the game room tour, I'm obviously not gonna go through every one of the games in my collection. I'm just gonna gloss over the collections and maybe talk about a few select games in each. So maybe in the I'll do a individual one just to get all that out of the way. I'm about to do my 2020 shoe pickup. Right on, right on. Not gonna lie, this PS5 I got, it's decent. Man, yeah, I didn't get the PS5. I didn't have the money to because I was buying everybody else gifts. I think I'm gonna start getting some posters after I get the games I want. Yeah, man, put some season on your game room. Man, Bozo, Calvin, his game room is solid now. He's got all the 1-Up arcades in there. He's got the LEDs popping, got a bunch of anime girls up on the wall. But yeah, I really like his setup, man. It's nice and colorful, and he is like a disco in his room. It's crazy out there. I need to do something about the lighting in here because the lighting in here is not the best. So I definitely want to invest in some more lighting here before I get that game room tour popping. But yeah. Do you own any light guns for your systems? Yeah, I own the let me show you what I got. Show you what I got. Oh, there it is. Okay, I take that back. Ugh. There's crashing and everything up here. I'm not going to show you what I got because most of my light gun game stuff is upstairs on my PlayStation 3 upstairs. So I've been heavily into light guns on the PlayStation 3. People talk about the Wii and how great it was, and it was good for light gun games. But a lot of people don't know that you got games like House of the Dead Overkill that came out, the extended cut that came out on the PlayStation Move. And so it's got the PlayStation 3 graphics, the PlayStation Move, which I think is more responsive in my opinion. And so I've got the PlayStation Move guns. I've got the big sharpshooters and stuff like this, but then I've got the pistol ones too, where it's just a single handgun. And so playing modern freaking shooters like that, light gun games on my PS3, fantastic. They also got Time Crisis 4. I got a really cool pack that had Time Crisis 4 and then a different Time Crisis game and then Deadstream Pirates, I think it was called. GoldenEye. We were talking about GoldenEye last night on the stream. This is the only way I play GoldenEye now. I can't go back and play GoldenEye on the N64. I'm sorry, in my opinion, it looks terrible and plays worse. But excuse me, you can play it with the Move attachment, so that's cool. Or you can play it traditionally with just the DualShock 3 controller. But this game on the PlayStation 3, again, it was released on the Wii too. This is the same version that came out on the Wii, but they added some game modes to it, and of course the graphics have been totally redone. Resistance 3, also fantastic to play on the PlayStation Move. We got this game, which is sealed. I haven't played this yet, but MIB Alien Crisis. There might be something here. I bought it at Walmart for $3 when they were clearing it out. And also, lastly, Child of Eden. This game is fantastic. You can play it with the controller or with the light gun. It is a spiritual sequel to the game Rez that came out on the Dreamcast and PlayStation 2 back in the day. The guy who made that broke away from the company. I think he was with Sega and broke away from Sega, but Sega owned the name Rez. And so he basically just remade the game. This is Rez. It's called Child of Eden. It's got a different storyline and everything like that, but it plays exactly like Rez. And playing it on the PlayStation Move is fantastic. yeah, I've been playing a lot of light gun games like that. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my PlayStation 1 light gun stuff anymore because I sold it years back and just never rebought it. I got a couple of light games on the PlayStation 2 as well. Garrett Spencer put me on to Dino Stalker, so I did pick that one up. And I got some other games on the PlayStation 2. Also, Professor Joe Casey was just talking about Endgame on his channel the other day. And so Endgame on the PlayStation 2, I see it all the time. I'll probably grab it today while I'm out because I see it all the time. It's like a $5 game, but it looks like a really decent light gun game. So yeah, I've been getting it in. You can play GoldenEye with light gun. Yeah, man, playing it like that, like, yeah, it's fantastic. No NES Zapper. I have the NES Zapper. It's I think it's in my chest now. Like, but the thing is, I can't play those because I don't have a CRT TV anymore. The one I had, the bulb finally went out, and I haven't replaced it yet. So I do need to get a dedicated CRT to play some of that, especially the light gun stuff, because I do got a bunch of light gun games on the Nintendo. Let's see. Oh yeah, Dino Stalker. I want to see you playing that. Yeah, Dino Stalker is dope. I know, yeah, man. And I used to have some good light gun games on the PlayStation. I had a Project Horns, a pretty one to talk about. That was a really good light gun game. Of course, I had Silent Scope too. Like the Silent Scope games I like. The Time Crisis games were dope. But yeah, I don't have any of that stuff anymore. I sold it off like forever ago to get some PlayStation 2 stuff. Everyone needs a CRT. I know. Like I said, I had one until like earlier this year, and then it blew out on me. And at the time it blew out, I wasn't spending any money because I was actually unemployed thanks to COVID-19. So I wasn't spending any money at the time, but we came through it okay. But now that, I'm back and I'm doing okay financially, I should just go pick one up. But it's just one of those things, like they're heavy and I don't feel like going to get it. And I got to get my homeboy Adrell to go because he the big dude in the group. I got to go get him to go carry a TV for me and all this stuff. I don't know. I'll do it eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, especially if you feel like killing dinosaurs. Yeah. And what put me on to Dino Stalker, why I really want to get it is part of the Dino Crisis series. And I didn't know that. And I love the Dino Crisis series, and I've got all of them now except Dino Crisis 3 on the original Xbox. So I want to get that very soon before I can't get it anymore. Yeah, Dino Crisis 3. And it's going up in price too, but that's the one I really want to try because I never got a chance to play it. So yeah. But yeah, freaking light gun games, they're coming back. And I got the what do you call it? The GunCon. I have the GunCon 3 for the PlayStation 3. I have that as well. It's sitting in the chest. I got a chest that's in my old game room videos. I used to use it as like the coffee table in my game room. And it holds like a bunch of my extra controller. Like I got some Rock Band guitars in there and stuff like that. Power pad and stuff like that. So the bigger stuff that I don't use often, I keep in that chest. And I don't use it too much anymore because in this game room, I'm moving around. I'm always moving stuff around. So the coffee table / chest has just got in the way. So yeah, I don't use it much. I put it in my utility room. I told Dr. Josh he would have liked it too because he said he was going to get it. Yeah, man. RIP to Dr. Josh, man. That was the GOAT. And speaking of which, man, you guys got to subscribe to Dr. Josh. So here's the homework for today. So y'all know I'm a teacher in real life, so I got to give y'all some homework out here. The homework for today is subscribe to Dr. Josh, the Real Gamer. That's my guy right here. Unfortunately, we lost him some months back. So, and the game, man, the YouTube game, man, has not been the same. Dr. Josh, the Real Gamer, for those of you who don't know, he was the guy that put me on. So, I mean, yeah, like there would be no me without Dr. Josh, the Real Gamer. I started my YouTube channel because Metal Jesus had influenced me to do it. You guys know the story about that. I talked about that in an earlier video, why I started my YouTube channel. But yeah, man, he was also one of my original 52, and shout out to my original 52 because the first year I was on YouTube, I wasn't really doing it seriously. I was kind of dabbing in YouTube, but I did manage to get 52 subscribers, and he was one of the original 52. And he told me like, oh yeah, man, I do live streams, man. You should come check me out on a live stream. And so I went when he was live streaming, and that's Garrett. That's where I met you. I met you in that live stream, Bozo the Kevin Jr. and Dead Thumb Gamer. I met all three of y'all that day because y'all was all in his stream. And so y'all put me on, or he put me on to y'all and put me on to YouTube as a whole. Like I met JLove81 through him and a bunch of stuff. So yeah, man, Dr. Josh, he was that guy. You know what I'm saying? He was that dude for real. And yeah, I hate to see his channel is at 1.88K, which is not okay because he lost some subscribers since he passed, unfortunately. But that's the way the game goes, like you get subs and it's cool to earn subs, but I mean, you got to keep putting up content to maintain and grow them. And unfortunately, since he passed, he's obviously not putting out new content anymore. So some of his subscribers have left, but yeah, he's sitting at 1.88. And I know he was telling me on Instagram how his goal for 2020 was to hit 2,000. And so I really wanted to see my guy do that, man. So yeah, guys, share this man's channel. He was a prolific YouTuber. He's got tons and tons of videos because he used to upload like every day. He would give you something every day. And he had so much content that after he passed away, this here was the last video that he shot while he was alive. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos that came out after, because like he was just always making content. Like he always had something for you. So I never see that man take a break or take a hiatus or take a week off. None of that. Like I said, when he passed away, he had 7 videos queued up just because like that's how hard that man was working. He was one of the hardest workers on YouTube. A lot of good content, and he was somebody who just really had good content. He didn't have the best equipment, and he didn't like have all the lights and the cameras and stuff, but his content was so good and his personality was so infectious that it honestly didn't matter. And that's a rare thing because I couldn't do that and blow up like he did because, like I got to have some style to kind of like break through the noise, but he was the real deal. So yeah, man, sorry, I was looking at some notifications, but yeah, he was the real deal, man. So sub to Dr. Josh the Real Gamer. He was that dude for real. The guy that, like I said, the man that put me on, he put on so many YouTubers, in fact. 2020 was a terrible year indeed. Ibala, you also one of the original 52 in the house. Yeah, man, due to a heart attack. Like, that's crazy. Out of nowhere, too, man. He seemed like a strong, healthy dude, man. And what was he, like 30, 29, something like that? He's a young guy, like 31 maybe. Yeah, like... Yeah, I'm definitely glad I met him, though. He was that, yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, because he was on his way. He was almost at 400 subs when I met him. I think he was my 38th subscriber because I think I had like 37 subscribers. And I saw one of his videos. I can't even remember what video it was, but I saw it and commented on it and this and that. And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, oh, man, yeah, you got some good stuff going on, man. I do YouTube too. And I'm trying to get like you. Like, how are you building and blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yeah. And he looked at my channel and liked it. He's like, yeah, man, I like your channel too. I left you a subscription. Like, just come check me out on the weekend. I'm always streaming. It's Gamer Weekend, and you can come on and, hang out with us. And I was like, bet. I was off that Saturday. So I caught him for the Gamer Weekend live stream and met a bunch of cool people, man. And it's just been taken off from there. So like I said, he didn't have to do that because here I was, my little 37 subscribers. Like, when you see channels small like that, you don't know if they're really, about that, if they really trying to build on the YouTube, if they're really trying to put out content, or if they're just messing around. I honestly was still just kind of messing around at that stage, but yeah. Health is wealth indeed, man. Yeah, Google said 30. Yeah, man, 30, man. That's crazy. Too young. Calvin said he talked to him on a Sunday, and I asked Calvin if Dr. Josh said to him about being sick, and Calvin told me he didn't say anything. Yeah, because I don't think he knew. Like, he seemed fine. Like, and you don't see any of the things like massive weight loss or anything that's attributed to being unhealthy, to being sick, like to being terminally ill or anything like that. He was just living his life, and then it just happened. Like, yeah, man, wealth is health, or health is wealth indeed. Like, it's crazy. And you don't even have to be unhealthy to die of a heart attack. Like, it could have been a heart issue that people didn't know about or whatever the case. I got a buddy of mine whose dad was an athlete and died in his athletic prime, like, of a heart attack. And it's like, what? Like, it's crazy, man. But that's why I'm working out. It's my main priority, working out, paying bills. Yep. Keeping up my hygienes, all that. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I've been getting back into it, because, like I said, I was supposed to lose 40 pounds was my goal. I ended up gaining like 7 pounds. And like I said, I'm like almost 240 right now, which is so uncool. Like, Debo died of a heart attack, John Witherspoon too. Yep. John Witherspoon, he was an older guy though, but Debo, like 62 is not that old. High blood pressure, stress, or others. Yeah, definitely being in that Hollywood. And also, you gotta remember the fact that Debo was a pro wrestler in the 80s. And honestly, you seeing a lot of them falling off. And, a lot of them did steroids and, human growth hormones and stuff before we knew the dangers of it. Back in that era, nobody knew. It was like back in the day when they used to promote smoking is good for your health. Like, we didn't know any better. And so, yeah, a lot of those guys, like Macho Man died at like 57. You know what I'm saying? Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, there's a few of them recently that have been dropping off, like, in their late 50s or whatever, relatively young. So around the same age. So I hope The Rock makes it to 90. Yeah, man, I think The Rock, he's very conscious about his health and what goes into his body. And he's got his diet schedule, like, really down to a science now. So I don't think you got to worry about guys like The Rock. A lot of the new age guys, now that we know the dangers of human growth hormones and things like that, that we just didn't know about in the 80s, like, I think a lot of them are doing it the right way. Yeah, Debo did say he was taking steroids, and it wasn't him. Like, that was the norm. All of them were. All of them in the 90s were. Sting was taking steroids. Hulk Hogan was taking steroids. Sergeant Slaughter, Ultimate Warrior, all them cats was taking steroids. You know what I'm saying? $1 Million Man. And so, yeah, like a lot of them. But that's just what it was. You just had to look the part, and so you took the steroids to bulk up and you was there. Like, but yeah, they didn't know about the drawbacks. They really didn't. So, yeah, man, I've been doing my push-ups and my running. I got to do that. I've been slacking off today. And see, I told y'all I get to rambling, get to running my mouth. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be on for like 45 minutes. We are at 90 minutes right now, but that's all good. That's all good. Yeah, I don't take any supplements or anything either. It's just, I've been trying to really cut down on the sugar intake because I got a sweet tooth. That's my thing. Like, and my girl be like buying ice cream and stuff. I just be looking at her like, girl, I like that ice cream. But I don't be doing it. I'm proud of myself because of the restraint that I've shown, especially this holiday season with everybody cooking and stuff. And oh my God, all that food. Like, but I paced myself. And I'm sad that I missed out on a lot of that food, but I'm happy for it. And yeah, we trying to lose this weight out here. 2020 is the year I get back in shape at least one more time before I get fat and get too old to be like in shape or whatever. Let me see. Let me try to show y'all something while we talking about this. Cause man, like there was a point in time, I was huge into mixed martial arts, huge into MMA. I used to go work and I used to go box and stuff like that, and kickboxing and Muay Thai and practicing my jiu-jitsu and my judo and my wrestling and all that stuff. And I was out there getting it in at one point, at one point I wanted to fight professionally in MMA. And I had a couple of amateur fights back in the day. Back in the day. So, because there's a really picture I used to have of me, like I was in the gym training. I'm trying to find it, but I used to fight at 155. Okay, so like I would walk around, and I had some wrestler buddies of mine. It was like teaching me about the science of cutting weight and stuff. So I walked around at like 165, 160. I would just cut to 55, nothing huge, but yeah, that was like my weight. So I fought at lightweight, but I got so many pictures on here now that was so long ago. Probably be hard for me to find, but yeah. So I used to do the whole thing, and I used to run with the weighted vest and all that. Like I was about that life. Like wrestled 3 years in high school, yeah. Hitman VR intended. He said I'm throwing cookies in the oven as we speak. Facts, and that's the mood right there. That is the mood right there. Say thanks to the Lord every day. Got a YouTube channel of people in this life that actually love and care about him. Let your live also. Absolutely, man. Because the stuff is so fickle out here. Never know. And yeah, see, I never did wrestling or anything like that in high school. I was a loser choir kid in high school. I'm not going to lie. But I got into choir. And then later I got into drama to keep my GPA up so we can get that PlayStation 2. Just got that PlayStation 2 when I was in 10th grade, I think, or 11th grade, one of the two. Yeah, man, why I got so many darn pictures on here? It's the only thing about trying to be a photographer now. I be taking pictures all the time. And now it's just flooded. That's crazy because I'm looking at some of my photos now from like my early YouTube days when I was just starting out. It's crazy to see how far you come. Pictures of my old Mustang, miss that guy. But yeah, man, like, I don't know. Damn, I didn't even see it. I'll keep looking for it in the meantime. But yep. No, hold on, is that? There's one. That one's super blurry. I used to have short hair back then. Let me share this real fast. But yeah, there's a picture of me. This was like 2000. I want to say it's right here, 2012. So yeah, it's about 10 years ago. And that's when I was like 155. I was in the gym getting it in all day, every day. So, but yeah, good times. Yeah, that was back when I had those, man. Yeah, too fat out here now, but I'm trying to get it back. Yeah, you were legit trying to be a ninja. Hey, man, facts. Hey, you know what? I had a cousin of mine, and he passed away a few years prior to that. He was huge, and I was huge into martial arts growing up as a kid because of him, because he had bad asthma as a kid, and begged my Aunt Val to get him in karate and stuff like that. And she finally like broke down and did it, and not thinking he was going to stick with it, and he just became a lifelong martial artist, and it really helped him. It really helped him with his asthma, and I used to have issues with asthma too when I was a little kid, and so like working out, I started to do that as a means to alleviate my asthma because it worked for him, and yeah, man. So I've always been in the martial arts, but as I got older, like especially when MMA popped out onto the scene, because they're really, you couldn't really see that on TV. Like they had pro wrestling and then you got boxing. You know what I'm saying? But when an MMA popped off, it was like, man, like you look at movies like Bloodsport and stuff like that, and that's what the fights looked like. And I'm like, man, what is this sport? Like, like it looked like those movies, like, but in real life. And so I was all in at that point. And yeah. Big E Langston is my inspiration. I don't even watch wrestling no more. Yeah, I don't follow it anymore. I haven't followed wrestling for a long time. Ever since I found out it was scripted, my heart was broken after that, because there was a lot of real things that happened in the world of wrestling, like a lot of real things. So I'm like, man, ain't no way this is fake. But then I found out it was scripted. I was like, damn, all right. And plus, around that time, like the UFC VHS tapes were going around and stuff like that, and Hoist Gracie's jiu-jitsu tapes were going around. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fool around with this because this is real. So, but yeah, man, I remember like I think it was Sergeant Slaughter that burned Hulk Hogan's face when he hit him with the aerosol blowtorch, and that was where he burned his face for real. Because I remember at this around the same time Hulk Hogan had a TV show. It was like called something Thunder, where he was on a speedboat, you know, or had a speedboat, or you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The action show he had. Let me try to Google it. Let's see, but he had a show. It was like I can't remember what that show was called. TV shows. TV show Speedboat. Yeah, see, somebody else was like TV show Thunder in Paradise. That's the name of the show. But in Thunder in Paradise, in some of the episodes, he had the marks from the burn, and that and while he was taping that show, and I'm like, damn, like so that's like Sergeant Slaughter burned his face for real, like. It's scripted, but so are Hollywood stuntmen. Yeah, and that's true. Like even doing scripted stuff, who is that? Shawn Michaels, man. Even doing scripted stuff, man. It's you never know. You never know. It's not the only one with the sweet tooth. Tom, I enjoyed candy bars and drink lots of chocolate milk when I was younger. Yeah, man. I've been trying to stay away from that. The grocery store here, they got this like flavored water that's sugar free, but it's like flavored. And it's like carbonated too, so it's like starting like drinking a straw, but it's zero sugar. So I'll be fooling around with those. Extreme Legends of Wrestling, and I hit the referee, and you thought of yeah, man. So yeah, like I said, I don't follow wrestling, but I got fond memories of wrestling. I just keep in there, you know. But no need to go dredge that stuff up. But yeah, think about it. But. So yep, y'all, we at the 140 mark, and we've been damn near here for 2 hours. I told myself I knew this was gonna happen though, because I like to rant and talk about a bunch of stuff. And so y'all, I think I am gonna get off of here and see what's going on with something to eat, because I'm hungrier than a hostage out here. You feel me? So we got to get something going on out here. But as always, I appreciate y'all coming out, guys. Again, like hitting the 1,000 subs and all of that stuff. Like I appreciate that, and you know we definitely gonna do more in 2021. Like I said in the video that I'm putting out, my goal is to hit 2,500. So 2,500 by the end of 2021. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what it do. All right. So. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the 16 likes. So y'all came in and liked that. I appreciate that. So if you guys like this style of live stream, I'll do more of these. Again, shout out to StreamYard. I really like streaming on StreamYard. I used to do it on just the YouTube thing, and that was pretty limited as far as what it could do. I do like the YouTube, when I stream on YouTube, like directly, it'll let you take a screenshot. So I can make a little screenshot, but I'll add a screenshot to this later on, and just to make it more official. But the lighting in here isn't bad. I was thinking it was going to be jacked up since I turned that light off, but it still looks okay. It just looks a little bland, not much character. But yeah, like I said, I'll be using this set, and I might try to build another one around video games, make a video game theme set, probably in this corner here. I already got some kind of stuff. I just got to figure out what changes I need to make to it. But yeah. So we're going to be doing it up, and I'm going to be more consistent. Like I said, I took the week off because I was dealing with changing some things in this room and whatnot. So I haven't been able to make content, but plus we've been back at school and all of that. So my winter break / vacation is over. And I think next week we're going back to on-site learning, so I won't be able to teach from home anymore. So I have even less time. But that's all right. We're still going to grind it out. So, but I think, again, guys, I'm ending the stream here. This is a good place to stop it. I appreciate everybody who came out. As always, if you like this content, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and you'll be glad you did. Do believe that's all I got for y'all. Lightsaber Samurai out, and peace. Y'all